Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is ObeyColez. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification. Let's get this video versus the Cardinals. My predictions. Playlist. Tap in.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He's seasons in league history. It's the Eagles and the Cards next on EA Sports.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauden on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boon. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the calendar turns to 2024.
And I'll be one of those, trying to get it going in January, trying to get my physical fitness. Before they turn the calendar.
And Austin Scott on the return from his end zone.
Oh,
a dangerous return, man. Showing it.
Come on, Noober. Sucker.
So a heck of a start to this one.
Happens to now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team to just score, their defense.
Funny.
They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Cardinals offense set to take over for the first time, and they are piloted by their fifth-year quarterback, two-time Pro Bowler as well, Kyler Murray.
Come on.
Would you say that last week's performance by him?
Not trying to hear it. Not trying to hear it.
That's the bottom line for him. All
Not trying to hear it.
How do we find a way to win the game? Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense.
Put your ass down on that motherfucking ground. This ain't a game. You think this is a game?
He's going to go down immediately.
I'm trying to have a conversation with this viral.
Murray going to throw.
Saturday play. Damn.
And back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Nose has it, and the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason. So now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it.
Womp, womp, womp.
Right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Forget your narrative, you funky cunt bitch.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles...
These touchdown celebrations, like, oh my god, like, I really had these celebrations in this game.
But here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It's
Zeisty. It's straight Zeisty.
It's difficult.
Shit.
What do I take? Do I take on the blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to get away.
Zeisty ass shit.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 20. Signals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Murray fighting, lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's from situations like up and strong enough to hold on to first down.
Murray now running right.
Don't.
It's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 43rd line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. You look at this Arizona, they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
Motherfuckers like a Marshawn Lynch.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
With another touchdown rushing, 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And of course,
Very sus.
It's
very sus.
So called running plays.
It's very sus.
Hurts is dangerous.
Elliott on for the extra point.
Nah, that was very sus.
It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
I ain't gonna lie, that was very sus.
And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. The football going back over to Arizona now. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to right.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And did he get in? No, they'll mark him. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, partner, time to start thinking about dinner plans after this first quarter, but my goodness, the offense clicking like this and a 4-score lead.
We are programmed to not get to that stage, right? But you can't help it. They look like sheer perfection right now with those 4 scores this early. Let's see if they can keep it up, and let's see if there's any way possible they can be slowed down.
Yeah, right now, I don't see any signs of them being slowed down. Elliott good with the PAT, and it is 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Eagle defense. In that win last week, Giants, they were very good.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game, right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. Unbelievable. Absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. Here's Murray. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Finally sacked his ass.
Multiple defenders there to get him.
Get my look back.
An entertaining start to this one. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A.J. Brown with his 16th. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it into situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few with some break?
Out there and play.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. The guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Ingram churning. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball is knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like that. People are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Forced out to his left. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Just across the midfield stripe. Here's second couple. To throw is Murray. Over the middle here to Brown. Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with.
Man than zone, or Murray has it knocked out.
Backs have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack.
Wide open, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Elliott on the extra point.
Funky catches.
First half.
42-0. Should have been in the real life score, but you know, it's just a damn video game at point.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Doink.
And up to about the 26, just across the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change. Zone at the 17-yard line. Every week, create turnovers. In particular, wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles extend their lead yet again. Well, I'll say one thing, Charles. You're getting really good practice here in breaking down touchdowns. What did you see there?
Well, the same thing I've seen over and over and over in this first half. My scintillating analysis, Brandon, this offense is absolutely taking no prisoners.
Elliott good with a PAT. And a round is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where The coach is walking now, being calm and real.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with an S.
Signs, they talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just...
And take it into the end zone.
God damn!
Jalen Hurts on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. Decision to go for it pays off. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it.
Enough of this. Enough of this. See that? See that?
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an level in this contest.
No doubt anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Eagles, they move to a sparkling 15-1 with 1 game still to go in the regular season. So that'll just about do it for Charles
Make sure y'all
Davis.
look.